Boy, shuba duba die. This blessed country, oh land of beauty, I pray for thee. Some people have that wrong philosophy that politicians can save a country. They never try and do it spiritually. And now the system exploding on we. The country in a recession, a big change from the old time religion. Mankind rewriting history in a modern but a bad version. We living in our final days. Take a look and change your ways. For our beautiful country, going back to slavery days, only a prayer for the land can stop drug violence and crime. A prayer for the land, yes, these are the signs of the end of time. A prayer for the land, the price of living, man is so high. A prayer for the land, that even the rich like the poor cry. You say you're concerned and care, we country living in fear, but all are we born right here. So let's say a prayer, the Almighty Father will hear. And I see,
share the love, share the love.
Shuba duba die. Oh God Almighty, show some mercy on this our country. My world standard gone way down the drain. Little children using rum, crack and cocaine. It seems like wicked-itions gone insane, and everyone playing the dirty game. Too much guns and drugs in the country, owned by Tom, Dick and Harry. But if you're wrong, you must pay for it, for the law, no one above it. Put an end to victimization, oppression and segregation. It's not a good thing for this country, so let's try and wipe it out totally with a prayer for the land, of fire and brimstone go burn with it. A prayer for the land, some say they're picking out who should get paid. A prayer for the land, and that's why the prisoners burn down the jail. A prayer for the land, one day it must prevail. Please don't let this country become an next Haiti. No peace, no unity. Bow down humbly, the Almighty will answer it. Oh yeah,
Share the love, share the love.
Shuba duba die. Oh God Almighty, show some mercy on this our country. They now call we Terror Paradise Island. No longer a country where peace abound. Yes, I used to boast about my land of beauty, the freest nation with democracy. But now we are the capital for drug pushers and money launderers. Shame and scandal is on we, sake is tarnished universally. Some blame it on the politicians for the unstabilized conditions. We going from bad to worse, Our blessed country now close, but a prayer for the land will help us to live with other people. A prayer for the land, for that's why the nation in big trouble. A prayer for the land, united we stand, divided we fall. A prayer for the land, citizens answer your duty call. Righteousness exalts a nation. The most I hate poor man depression. So I'm calling on everyone to take a stand. Take it, listen to my song. Did a bad What? This blessed country, oh land of beauty, I pray for thee.
Sounds of the King Craig, the man by the Craig there. I pray for the land, I pray for the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis. Yes, we could really use it right about now. I'm DJ Mauricio, and I'm coming to you live and direct from my bunker here in the Republic of St. Paul, St. Kitts. Yes, I am back on location this evening. No electricity issues so far. I apologize for last week. Had to come from a remote location there by my girl, Bessie. I want to thank Bessie and Joycelyn for accommodating me last Wednesday so that I can bring the live to you folks. I'm back on base, and we have a lot to talk about this evening. The conversation continues. The issues that affecting our beloved Federation of St. Kitts Nevis right here. Good evening to you folks online and the diaspora and regionally. We're going to drop a little clip here that you will know what this program is all about before we get into the midst of things, so stand by.
Wednesday evenings are heating up. Log on to DJ Mauricio's Facebook Live broadcast every Wednesday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a frank and a candid exploration into the social, cultural, political, and economic issues affecting our federation. And just in case you missed it, you can also catch the broadcast on his YouTube channel, DJ Mauricio. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube and smash that bell. You will be notified whenever he goes live. DJ Mauricio, every Wednesday evening, Facebook 6 to 8 p.m. or thereafter on his YouTube channel, DJ Mauricio. Log on.
Yes, you heard it right. Every Wednesday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on my Facebook page, you can catch me having a conversation about the happenings here in our beloved Federation. Let's take a quick listen to my boy Carbo over there in Nevis, the Fountain area.
Cabos, located at Fountain Village in Nevis, is the go-to spot for your Saturday treats. Tantalize your taste buds with his delectable Cabos Delicacy Goat Water. Or, if you prefer some soul food, then Cabos Punji and Fish is definitely the way to go. Call ahead and reserve at 869-663-9694. Then make your way over to Cabos and enjoy the vibrant atmosphere while you savor your delicacy. Cabos, we are not changing, we are only improving.
Food all over, food all over. You got the food all over.
Yes, that's Brother Carbo over there in Nevis. And don't forget, Carbo have expanded his service. We hit the delivery right there on the island of Nevis, also here in the St. Kitts area. You just have to give Carbo a call and let him know DJ Mauricio sent you, and Carbo will definitely take care of you. Now let's take a quick listen to my girl, Sister Carmen.
Girl Sandra, you know where you can find nice fresh local food 7 days a week, one provision and all kind of thing. Girl, where? Right down there by Shellings, by Carmen Catering Services. Girl, she opposite the bus stop. Girl, And she also cater for weddings, parties, anything you want to cater for, funeral and all. Girl, and trust me, you're gonna enjoy the food. And she also selling bites and Sundays. Opposite the our shop, right down the main road. Girl, you could call 665-1494 or 663-6005 to order your food or go and pick up your food. Girl, the food will be finger licking and you get your money worth. You ain't want nothing better than that.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is Malvern from Spectrum Band, and you're listening to DJ Marisha, playing you the best in Caribbean music.
Yes, that's the man there, Brother Malcolm Gums of the Spectrum Band, digging up DJ Marisha here in the St. Kitts area. Well, folks, let me just get a few things together here before we move into the next segment. Let me drop a track here and get things rolling on the right area here. We're gonna drop something by my boy Short Shirt this evening because this program this evening is speaking about love and understanding. So let me take a quick listen to my brother here, the King Short Shirt.
Better world? Do we want a peaceful world? Do we want a world that's free from hatred, fear, and sorrow? Would we seize our wicked ways? Would we strive for what is right? Would we stand and shine a light, helping others come together, make life easier? For the poorer fella wanted love and understanding, needed peace and happiness in the world. People, we could live together. You for me and I for you. There's nothing that we cannot do if we live together, holding hands, loving each other, working together. People, let's try. What a miracle it would be if we could live in unity. Love and justice for everyone who lives under the sun. No more sorrow, no more pain, no more slavery, no more chain, no more human suffering. No more fighting, no more killing, no more warring. If only we could wanted love and understanding, needed peace and happiness in the world. People, we could live together. You for me and I for you. There's nothing that we cannot do if we live together, holding hands, loving each other, working together. People, let's try. Let us build a peaceful world. Let us build a united world. Let us build a world that's free. If only we could.
Yes, my people, that's all we need in our beloved federation. Love and understanding. There's not enough of that. Too much political railway and folks trying to destroy our beloved federation. But guess what? We are doing good. Under the leadership of the Honorable Dr. Terrence Joe and the new Labor administration, by God blessings, we are doing okay. We are doing fairly okay in spite of everything that we had to deal with in the past several years from 2015 to 2022. We are getting there. So we have some issues with our CBI. And I am of the view that is nothing new. Our CBI have been going through some rough period for years. And I want to welcome my boy, the Honorable G.A. Dwyer Astafan, to give his take on the matter. Some of us, we does know things going wrong and we don't do anything to correct them. But when the shit hit the fan, we cry out. So let's get the views from a former parliamentarian under the previous Denzel Douglas-led Labour administration. The Honorable G.A. Dwyer Astafan, commentary for today, June 12, 2024.
Greetings. There's a lot of talk about the MSR lawsuits filed in the US and here in St. Kitts. Some people are saying that the lawsuits will jeopardize the Federation's main economic driver, the CBI, and threaten the existence of our critical institutions and our economy. To those who hold that opinion, let me say this. If the CBI program in St. Kitts Nevis is in jeopardy today, it's not because of those lawsuits. It is in jeopardy today, if it is, because of bad decision making over the years. I can talk about bad decisions going back to the 1980s, but there's no need to for the purposes of this discussion. But I will take you back to March 2006, when the International Narcotics Control Strategy Report of the US government stated that the CBI in St. Kitts Nevis was inadequately regulated, and that was a concern to the US. That's 2006. Then a few months later, a submission was made to the cabinet to establish the SIDF. And while I support a contribution option to the CBI, in addition to the then existing real estate option, I have to say that that particular submission was bad in a number of ways, not the least of which was that members of the cabinet, including myself, I had my views and I expressed them robustly, but I was part of that collective discussion and decision, a decision in which members of cabinet did the people of this country a huge disservice by abandoning our intellectual independence and our responsibilities as your representatives when we agreed to authorize the Minister of Finance to enter into an exclusive SIDF marketing agreement with a Swiss firm. That agreement to be on such terms, not as the cabinet would deem appropriate, but on such terms as the minister to whom all of this power was being given, on such terms as that minister would deem appropriate. We gave up power entrusted to us when we should not have done so. And up to today, 18 years later, neither members of successive cabinets nor you, the people of the country, have been kept informed as to the number of citizenships, the number of diplomatic passports granted under the CBI and otherwise, and other basic information. Successive ministries of finance in which all of this now was placed have not been forthcoming. Cabinets have not pressured sufficiently, and we the people have accepted it. We complain and mumble from time to time. In the cabinet, that 5-year worldwide exclusive, which we accepted, in my view was also very unfortunate. And we did not even demand one word of documentation that would persuade us with regard to the credentials and capabilities of the Swiss firm. Not saying anything negative about them, but insofar as proper, thorough, diligent processing of matters like this, nothing, we just yield up everything. We just went along blindly, thoughtlessly, irresponsibly, and I must say spinelessly, and successive cabinets have done nothing about it. They too are weak, and weakness and slackness can jeopardize a nation. Imagine us, members of cabinet, trying hard to get you, the people, to vote for us so that we could properly represent you. And when you vote for us and we get in, what do? We yield up the power and responsibility which you entrusted in us. and put it all in the hands of one person, taking the decision-making power that you gave us to use for you out of our collective hands, especially in a matter as sensitive as this, and placing it all in the hands of one person. And despite the nice words in the submission and elsewhere, then and thereafter, about tightening up the due diligence processes in our CBI, both the SIDF side and the real estate side, bad actors kept popping up over the years. Some of the older heads among us will remember names: Tursunbayev, Ergen, Ogon Bambo, Nayebi, Hussein-Paul, Fahasude, Arthur Porter, Theodora Obiang, and a number of others. Some of them got diplomatic passports. The USA, Canada, the UK, and the European Union started cautioning us, to little avail. In 2014, Canada couldn't take it anymore. They ended the visa waiver privilege which Kitishans and Divisions had. So whereas we could fly to Canada without visas, they put an end to that. They couldn't take any more. A couple of the reasons for that were: one, a man named Mogadam, an Iranian gentleman who had gotten St. Kitts Nevis' passport under the CBI, and a diplomatic passport he presented to the immigration authorities at the airport in Toronto, saying he came to meet with their Prime Minister. And another issue for the Canadians and others was the removal of the place of birth field from our passports. Why was that done? In that same year, 2014, 10 years ago, the United States Treasury Department issued an advisory on us. Why did they do that? They did it because people who were on the list for terrorism and money laundering were holding St. Kitts Nevis CBI passports. You heard some of the names before. How did these people get through our screening process? We put our CBI program in jeopardy. 10 years have passed. Canada has not returned to the visa waiver situation. We have to get visas. 10 years have passed, and the U.S. Treasury Department advisory still stands. So this jeopardy story is a long-time story. Between 2015 and 2022, a large number of overseas people got involved in fake, illegal marriages with our citizens, and they were granted citizenship. The most notorious of them was a Nigerian fraudster who carries the nickname of Hush Puppy. As far as I am aware, not one of those people involved in those fake marriages has been prosecuted. Do you believe that problems caused in North America and Europe by some of these same persons who got St. Kitts Nevis passports via fake marriages may be a contributing factor to the difficulties that we have been enduring, contributing to the alleged jeopardy? If so, who's to be blamed for that? But it's not only them. Recently, we've been hearing names of Chinese persons carrying our passports, facing criminal charges in the US and Europe and even in Singapore. What happened to our due diligence process between 2015 and 2022? Was our CBI program and the rest of the country put in greater jeopardy over those years? We've also heard about and seen sales promotions in the outside world for discounted prices for some of our CBI products, advertising discounts for products that by law have a minimum price. Some people were saying that minimum price set by law was just a guideline. How could that be a guideline? That's the law, not a bargaining reference point. Meanwhile, increasingly loud sounds of concern and discomfort from the European Union, and talk about ending our visa waiver privilege into the European Union. Much of the concern was and is related to underpricing, lack of proper due diligence, accountability, and so. And the threat level for the European Union to end the visa waiver for us has, for these and other reasons, been high for several years, which means that if you take the argument that our CBI is in jeopardy, it has been in jeopardy for years. It's not the MSR lawsuits that did that. In the same SIDF cabinet submission of 2006, to which I referred earlier, we were told that money coming into the SIDF would be used to fund a range of social and economic projects spanning all economic sectors and all government ministries. The point is that channeling funds into economic and social development projects and creating the platform for the new post-sugar economy and society was the fundamental objective, stated objective of the SIDF. I can take it a step further and say that this, along with helping to keep the government operating and in good standing, would be objective of the entire CBI program. And in the process, our people would be better trained in hard and soft skills and better off, period, with a more vibrant, varied, enterprising and productive private sector and a smaller, more efficient and less costly public sector. So the idea was to generate good money from the CBI and use it for you, the people of this country, so that one day, while we would want to hold on to the CBI as an industry, by virtue of our very success with it, we would no longer have this umbilical and vital need for it to provide such a major contribution to our cash inflows and our economic management and our survival and our excellence. Between 2006 and the present, the SIDF, which no longer exists, and the rest of our CBI generated billions of dollars. The tragedy of it all is that nowhere near enough of that money reached your pockets, your bank accounts, your homes, and your businesses. So despite all of the talk today about a successful CBI, the federal government of this tiny country still spends $250 million a year on an extensive and unsustainable social safety net program. The successes of the CBI should have been translated directly into successes of the people. Less dependency, more personal and collective independence and productivity. The government also subsidizes electricity to the tune of $5 million per month in order to keep prices affordable to consumers who have not benefited from the billions that have passed through our CBI. Not benefited enough, sufficiently to get them where they need to be. And nobody can say that insufficient funds is the explanation, because billions were generated from the CBI, SIDF, and the other options. Too many of our people, in spite of all of that money, are unable to fend for themselves. The government still pays nearly 6,000 monthly and weekly paid workers. What a little country like this. 6,000 monthly and weekly paid employees of the central government with a monthly payroll of about $28 million, which includes pensioners, but does not include statutory corporations and government-owned companies like the cable, ZIZ and Skelec, for example. It is because of this failure by successive administrations to marshal the money and manage the industry right that the CBI and our people have been placed in jeopardy. It's not the MSR lawsuits. And they talk about institutions and the economy tanking because of these lawsuits is scaremongering at its worst. And what is even worse is some of this talk is coming from people who have contributed to the problem. And with the Drew administration, as a result of its oft-repeated commitment to cleaning up the industry, introducing stricter measures than ever before, and properly so, I might say, there has been a reduction in applications. Their action did not and will not kill us. Rather, this is a period of change, transformation that we are going through. And with time, CBI can and will rise again. The point I'm trying to make here is, let us stop scapegoating other people and understand the genesis of the problem and whose fault it really is. And we the people, as we ponder on it all, we must note that how we conduct as a people our affairs, including electing and monitoring those whom we elect, how we conduct our affairs is a reflection on us as a people. What we the people allow our decision makers to do and how we allow them to act is a reflection of us. There's no doubt in my mind that decision makers have gone wrong and that we, the people, have for the most part done nothing about it. Indeed, the wrong has become systemic in our country to the extent that many, if not most of us, are compromised. This paralyzes a country from making sustainable and genuine progress and from gaining and maintaining the affection and respect of the world. Look at little Singapore, the size of St. Lucia, one of the most respected countries on the planet. And this attitude by us of not shaking up our leaders and insisting on higher standards has been a major stumbling block to the progress of our country and to our own dignity and patrimony. Bad decisions by decision makers and not sufficient attentiveness, scrutiny, and action by us. We are as much to blame as they are. So what is happening now had to happen sooner or later. We are going through a cleansing, a purgatory, a transformation, and we have nobody to blame but ourselves and our decision makers. So don't excite and don't incite. Just let the law take its course, and we shall see if these lawsuits have any merit and what they reveal. Thank you very much.
Yes, my good people. As you heard, the Honorable J.A. Dwyer Astaphan's commentary for today, June 12th, 2024. And it's unfortunate that we are where we are today with this conversation. You know, we Kittitian and Division, whether home, regionally, or internationally in the diaspora, we got a little problem of everything is politics. We don't use our common sense, right? No matter what might be taking place, we support party before country. Though our motto says country above self, for a lot of you, it's party above country, even party above self. And that is why we are where we are today. I am one who have not really got involved in politics over the years. As I have said time and time again, thanks to the former Prime Minister Timothy Harris, who decided he wants to lock me down in quarantine when I had a place in St. Paul's to come and cool out for my quarantine back in 2020. This program came to life. And since then to now, since you do the online viewership, asked me to continue, I will not do nothing other than coming here and bring you the facts, bring you the information, have a conversation that open your minds to think for yourselves. Because if you guys follow the last several years from 2015 to 2022, you know, the song and dance was about fair share. Who getting million this and million that, stimulus after stimulus, but that stimulus never reached to the regular citizens of this country. Those stimuluses and the fair share end up in those who was already millionaires and billionaires. I heard the Premier Mark Brantley say at an event, I don't know if it was his press conference or his on the mark, that rich people don't do criminal stuff. They don't steal, only poor people steal. And I'll be honest with you, I have a different view on that. I believe those politicians that we have elected in this federation, a lot of them, they are big thief, corrupt. They're the one that have us in the situation we are today. Because instead of them do the work that they was elected to do, they're helping their family and friends and themselves. This lawsuit, as Dwyer says, I don't want anything to harm the federation, but sometimes you got to be happy that something come to put a stop to the crime. And hopefully this lawsuit will put a stop to the ongoing saga. Because the question I've always been asking, how many citizenship forms have been signed? How many passports out there? I am of the view that we have more foreigners that hold our passport than the actual citizens of this beloved Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. That is my view. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. But there's a lot of nonsense we've been hearing over the years. And I don't believe that this thing started in 2015. I believe it goes far back as during the PAM days, from 1980 onwards. Because from what I was told, the CBI initiative came under PAM with the idea of Billy Hobart, former foreign minister there under the PAM administration. And people have a way of helping themselves instead of helping the country. And our citizens continue to support these politicians, whether they lie to you or not. We got some right now in this current Labour administration, you can't find them, you know. You cannot find them to ask a question. And we're going to get to that in a bit. They're functionaries. They are deciding who to see and who not to see. Who will get a chance to see the prime minister, who will get a chance to see the ministers. No matter how much appointments you go and you make, you still cannot get to talk to them. But you elect them to take care of your business, to take care of your country. But you cannot talk to them. You cannot tell them where they're going wrong. They get upset. When they were campaigning, they say, hold the foot to the fire. That is why we are here. Good governance. Some 7 or 8 pillars of agendas that they're going to deal with. When now they're there, we want to see the actions. We want to see the results. I'm not going to come here on a Wednesday evening and curse anybody out or fight with anybody. I'm going to talk the things then to encourage a conversation in the general public. You, the general public. I tell you all already, you know, the 50,000+ of us, citizens of this country, is more than the 11 of them in parliament. And we have to lead them. They cannot lead us because it's very clear that some of them don't have a clue of the hurt. They go out there and they have the big party and the barbecue and the this and the that, and they think the country running. That is not what you're in there to do. I see an event taking place over the weekend. Brother Jeffrey Hanley. I got to speak to you directly this evening, Brother Hanley, because you had enough time. You understand? You had enough time to respond to a question that I asked, and you still have not responded to me. And the question is not coming from DJ Marisha. The question is coming from the general public. The question is coming from the general public, not from DJ Marisha, Brother Hanley. And I find it to be very disrespectful that weeks later, several weeks later, we still cannot hear from you to clarify your definition of non-responsive to a contract. You understand? Your definition of non-responsive. That's all we ask for, you know. Give us your definition. You're supposed to be the Minister of Education. So you're supposed to be educated. You're an educated person. So my good people, I put myself out of the way because I've been getting the phone calls from you guys, want to know did I get in touch with the Honorable Jeffrey Hanley as yet. So last week I went out on a mission. Yes, I went out on a mission. And I saw Jeffrey put something on social media that he's going to be doing a walkthrough of his constituency 1, starting at the old Simako there parking lot in Newtown. So I took the time out and I went up there and I called Brother Hanley to make him aware that I'm there to see him before he take his march, because I'm not going to be walking with him. And let me play the clip that you guys would see what the conversation is about, you know. This is what Brother Jeffrey said a couple of weeks ago in Parliament.
The Joshua Obadiah Williams Primary School will be going out again to tender very shortly. The bids, as I was informed, the bids received from the first tender process were non-responsive, and so a second bid process will take place very shortly.
So that is something that Honorable Jeffrey Hanley said in Parliament. I got the phone calls, people want to know what he mean by that. 2 contractors bid on the job. So what is their definition of non-responsive? I have not been able to get in touch with Jeffrey. I did meet with the Prime Minister sometime after, and he explained to me his understanding of non-responsive, which made sense the way he presented it to me. So I asked him for them to give me a soundbite. Whether it's going to be him or Jeffrey Hanley doesn't matter to me. I need a response for the people. You're the people. You send me on a mission, you asked me to clarify, and I went out to them trying to get the clarity. I was promised I will get something. It's been 2 weeks, I have not gotten anything. So last week I went across to the Newtown area, check out whether I got Jeffrey Hanley. And when I called his phone, he picked up. It's been months I've been calling Jeffrey and he never picked up his phone. But this time around, he picked up his phone. And he said, I would have to call back this number. I'm in a meeting at the moment. I said, okay, no problem. I hung up the phone and I went up in the old Simaco parking lot and wait because they're going to be starting a match there at some point. And I wait there for a while. When Brother Jeffrey jumped out of his vehicle, I was right there for him to see. His words to me was, Marisha, I didn't forget you and I'm going to call you. I said, I saved you the phone call, Jeffrey. You don't need to call me, I'm here. I said, it's been over a year I've been trying to get some things straightened up with you for some people that spoke to me. But let's put that aside. There's 3 simple things that I would like you to clarify for me today. I said, there's 2 people that approached me about the STEP workers. I need some clarity on those. And this statement you made in Parliament, the non-responsive of the school project. He explained to me what he meant by non-responsive. I said, well, if you could explain to me what you meant by non-responsive, then what is the problem where you have not responded to the comment? I've been trying to reach you for days, for weeks. He said, well, he was traveling and he was busy and he was this and he was that. I give it to him. And he was in Taiwan someplace having fun. But you in Taiwan don't stop you from dropping a voice note to me. You're on a plane, don't stop you from dropping a voice note. You know, it's a simple voice note to clarify. You know, but the conversation did not stop there. I said to Jeffrey, I said, if you don't know what you need to respond to, you know, I can send you the clip. He said, I have it already. Somebody sent it to me from your broadcast. I said, so somebody sent you the clip and you still have not responded. Well, in a nutshell, Jeffrey is telling me he's not going to run his office from social media. And I explained to Jeffrey, you're not running your office from social media. You know? Social media is the thing today. Whether it's going to be radio, television, or YouTube or whatever, that is the order of the day. That is where people go for information. And you have this clip, and you have that responded. So I am asking you, when will I get a soundbite from you? He said to me, he's going to speak to the Prime Minister and Congress to say which one of them going to do this soundbite. Well, Jeffrey, you are the Minister of Education. You were the one that went into Parliament and made this statement. So why should the Prime Minister or the Honorable Congress Maynard respond to that statement with a soundbite? You are the one that made the statement. So you need to respond. And the honest truth is, it is not in my power to stop asking you for a soundbite, you know, Jeffrey. It's the general public asking for it. So until I get a soundbite, I'm coming to you every week. Until I get a soundbite, I am coming to you every week, Jeffrey. And I sent you the link for this program today, you know, so nobody needs to send it to you. You know what I'm saying to you. You could hear it for yourself. The situation with you politicians, when you all put yourself up for candidacy, you all are so nice and humble and meek, coming to the people asking for support. And we got some jackass like myself. Believe you all. We believe that you are going to do the right thing and do better than the previous administration. So what we do? we jump up and we go out and we beg people to support you all. And then you get into office and you are unreachable. You think you are untouchable. It appears as though that you are focusing only on the Latinos in your town. You're going to need more than those Latinos to put you back in office, you know, Jeffrey. I'm speaking to you plain and simple. When you do good, I am going to come here and I'm going to sing your praises, every one of you. When you all don't follow through and do what you all need to do, I'm going to come here and I'm going to let the people know. They need to make you all pull up your socks. You all have to pull up your socks. I'm not coming here to cuss government. I am coming to talk to you, the people. Speak to your candidates. The country is where it is because you, the citizens of this country, whether locally, in the federation, regionally, internationally, you are not showing enough effort to hold your candidates' foot to the fire. They're the one that put themselves up to be representative. And if you want to be representative of the people, of the general public, the people have a right to ask questions when there are concerns. And you have a responsibility to respond. And don't lie to the people. Give the people the facts. We are adults, we could understand the facts. You guys got into office, your campaign and whatever you're all going to do when you get there. You got in there, things might be worse than you expected. So you have to make some adjustments. Just tell the people. Talk to us. Don't run away from us. When I speak to the average person today on the street, they're telling me, Marisha, don't come and tell me about voting for nobody next time around, you know. Right now, we can't find them. We can't get to have a conversation with them. So don't come and tell us vote for nobody. That is the conversation I am getting. I was talking to a gentleman today. And that gentleman I know all his life support the People's Action Movement, PAM. And I don't think he would ever change from supporting the People's Action Movement. But his conversation to me is, boy, DJ, I like Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew have my support about 80%. I feel good to hear that. Because this individual, in spite of the politics and his party that he wants to see get into government, he acknowledged what Dr. Drew is dealing with and his effort to try and do things the right way. And that is why I support Dr. Drew. I don't expect everything to be 100%. I don't expect him to wish things are going to change overnight. But we need to be honest with ourselves. You Labour supporters, I want to know, are you guys really satisfied with the situation at hand? What is really happening on the ground? Because I am listening to the complaints. I've been to every constituency over the last couple of weeks, and the complaints is the same. You got to speak to these candidates or these representatives 2, 3, 4 times, and there's no results. When you try to follow up, you cannot get a follow-up. Their functionaries are telling you, well, you were here last week, or you were here 2 weeks ago, so we can't allow you to see the candidate today, which is nonsense. You have an issue. You got to deal with the issue. The issue was not resolved. You have a right to follow up with them since they're not going to follow up with you. They're taking your name and number, put in a book, and you never hear from them again. My good people, we got to do better than this. We definitely have to be better than this. And Brother Jeffrey Hanley, I am telling you, brother man, I have no issue with you personally. But if this is your style of representing your constituency, you're looking to lose your seat the next time around. Because I am telling you, DJ Marisha, to this point, not satisfied with your representation, not satisfied with your follow-up. You and I have had conversation several times before. You assured me that you check every message you get on your phone, every WhatsApp, and you respond to everybody. You've been in office for 22 months. There are individuals in your district that needed your help. I reach out to you about. You never respond to me. I went and helped them myself because I was in a position to do so. You have not responded to me in 22 months. Now, this situation, a simple response to your statement in Parliament, and you cannot do that? Well, Jeffrey, I'm going to take it as your line, you know. If you cannot give me a soundbite explaining your definition of non-responsive, then you're lying. In your heart, you're lying. So I need a response. Let's close this chapter, because it's not going to close until I hear from you or from someone within your cabinet. Somebody needs to send a soundbite to satisfy the people what's going on with that particular situation. You know, at the end of the day, we want to see the best for our citizens. And since you all put yourself up to represent the people and lead this country, let's do it up honestly and openly. If you're not going to be open with the people, we're going to have a problem. Before going any further with you, let's take a quick listen to this news item in regards to our CBI and this lawsuit from the MSR individual.
The head of St. Lucia's CIP unit, McLeod Emmanuel, is named as one of several defendants in the civil lawsuit filed by MSR Media under the Racketeering, Influence and Corrupt Organizations RICO Act in the U.S. In the action, MSR alleges that the defendants, which also include former Prime Ministers of St. Kitts Nevis, Dr. Denzel Douglas and Dr. Timothy Harris, and the CEO of Caribbean Galaxy, Les Khan, engaged in money laundering, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and fraud in the CIP business. In the complaint, MSR says the allegations made have been substantiated by documentary evidence in its possession, including recorded conversations. According to MSR, Caribbean Galaxy has been operating a scheme in the CIP involving the underselling of passports. In St. Lucia, MSR claims that Caribbean Galaxy, as a CIP investor, sells its CIP shares for as low as $65,000, even though the legal price for a CIP share is $100,000 in St. Lucia under the national bond option, and $200,000 for shares sold by developers investing in a real estate project. The complaint filed in the U.S. court says MSR learned from an audio recording that the vast majority of the St. Lucia citizenship shares sold by Caribbean Galaxy are subject to this fraudulent financing scheme.
In the recording, Mr. McLeod also named one individual in the government who's in charge of this whole closing the eyes on the Galaxy scheme. Well, he's going to have to explain himself in U.S. federal court. Because the problem that these people have, this leader, is that when you attack them or when you challenge them through media or through, if you send them a letter, they don't respond. They insult you. Well, here, it will be an opportunity for these people, this individual and this company, to do that, but in front of a U.S. federal court.
In the lawsuit, MSR further alleges that Caribbean Galaxy exercises complete control over the CIP program in St. Lucia. Martinez says MSR will present in court an audio recording of a foreign CIP marketer and promoter that Caribbean Galaxy requires that when foreign marketers sell CIP shares granted to Caribbean Galaxy under one of St. Lucia's investment programs, the promoter must use Caribbean Galaxy's preferred local agents to complete the citizenship application locally in St. Lucia. To ensure that its preferred local agents are used, Caribbean Galaxy covers the price of the fee earned by the local agent. After the government of St. Lucia has paid its administrative fees, there is very little money left for Caribbean Galaxy to actually develop the infrastructure project that it promised to develop. So the St. Lucia government must grant Caribbean Galaxy additional CIP shares so that the company can collect enough money from the CIP share sales to fund the infrastructure project. MSR claims it learned from a recorded conversation of McLeod Emmanuel that there is a backlog in St. Lucia of CIP applications of at least 11,000 applicants.
Let's understand what's at stake here. The European Union has already told the Caribbean country that they have to raise the price and they have to have perfect due diligence in place, right? Mr. McLeod, in those recordings, which will be heard in US federal court, say, oh, we don't care about it, because by the time the European will move, it will be 2006, we will have time to basically cash in. How is that responsible to talk like that? Behavior like that are gambling with the visa access of all Caribbean all citizens in the Caribbean.
While MSR Media is not an investor in St. Lucia, Martinez says the lawsuit is aimed at cleaning up the CIP business for its sustainability and ensuring fair competition.
The fact that the action of Mr. McLeod and the CIP affect the regional landscape of the CBI industry and affect investors like us, and gamble with the possibility of Caribbean passport losing EU visa is a catastrophe. I don't want to be Mr. McLeod when the European Commission hear how he describes them.
In a statement, the government of St. Lucia reiterated that it denounces any discounting or underpricing of citizenship by any promoter or developer, and that the full legislated investment sum must be paid by every successful applicant. The statement continues that Mr. McLeod Emmanuel's role as the CEO of the St. Lucia CIP unit is exclusively for the efficient administration of the CIP unit in accordance with the policies set by the laws of the government of St. Lucia. The government says to date Mr. Emmanuel has performed his role commendably and ethically.
So that is a news item coming out of St. Lucia in regards to the MSR lawsuit that affected our beloved Federation of St. Kitts Nevis and the St. Lucian government, apparently. And back to the conversation we're just having. Short Short sang a song some years ago. When they have power and authority, they don't give a damn. And that song today rings true perfectly. It rings true perfectly because I don't understand. In a short 22 months, these candidates that was out there available, taking your phone calls, calling you, returning calls, coming to your homes, asking for support, following the August 5th, 2022 election. How these folks all of a sudden become inaccessible? You guys have heard me say it here time and time again. When they are accessible, I'm going to sing their praises. When they are not accessible to the people, to the general public that need to speak to them, we're going to report the same thing. I don't have no personal axe to grind with any politician, whether in the current government, in the opposition, or otherwise. But I'm going to call the things the way that I see them. So I'm dropping this track as a warning. I want the Labour cabinet, the present government, I want you guys to take a look at what's going on. The citizens are crying out. The citizens are crying out. I'm hearing them. I ride on the buses. I don't need to be on a bus riding. I have a vehicle, but I purposely ride on a bus just to get the experience. I sit at domino tables, listen to the conversation. I hang out at the ferry terminal. I walk to the communities, which many of you seem like you don't want to do. Yesterday, I took a bus from Parsons Ground to St. Paul's. And the bus driver said to me, "Boy, Marisha, your partner there in Keon, I hear him talking something about bus drivers. He don't drive bus, he don't understand." He said we might have 4 or 6 people representing 400 bus drivers. And he understood that the government is offering a 50 cents raise and the fare. But the representative want more. And where he concerned is 50 cents is more than enough. A 50 cents raise for the bus drivers is more than enough. That's what he's saying as a bus driver. So I have a little recommendation for the Prime Minister, and for the cabinet. I believe that Prime Minister Joe, you and your ministers of cabinet, or your cabinet ministers, in the not too distant future, set up a stage down there at the West Ferry Terminal in downtown Bastille and the Bayfront. Set up a stage down there. Invite all the bus drivers them down there. Invite all the bus drivers down there. Have a summit. Have a bus drivers summit. Let the people speak freely, give their input, and then you all take things from there and make a decision. You can also give the citizens that use the buses the opportunity to come in and have their view. I'm pretty sure those bars down at the ferry terminal would be happy for the opportunity to make a little money. Could be a little mini bus festival. You understand? Before going to my next segment, supposed to have a guest coming on at 7, which is the top of the hour. And I realized that he's right on time, 1 minute before 7. So it's tell me what kind of individual that we are dealing with. So Brother Xavier, tap your screen and open your mic there. Welcome to the DJ Marisha platform.
Hello, good night. My name is Xavier Henry from the community of St. Paul's from St. Kitts. Yeah, that's about me.
Yeah, Brother Xavier, I have been talking about you for the past 2 weeks and giving folks the update that you are one of the individuals that Mr. Ward has been working with, and one of the individuals that I have been sponsoring and trying to groom. Your mother, we call her Mary, has been very supportive of you. And over the years, I have followed your talent as a cricketer. You was finally elected as one of the players for the under-19 Leeward Islands team that will be traveling this weekend to St. Lucia. So I'm not going to put you on the hot spot tonight because I know you're young kids. You guys might not want to take the hard questions. So just give a quick background on yourself, your name, how old are you, what school you attend, what you major in, and your cricketing career, and how you feel about this election for the game.
Oh, okay. As I started, my name is Xavier Henry. I am 18 years old. I attend the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College in Bastille, St. Kitts. About my cricket career, it started back when I was in grade 3 at the St. Paul's Primary School. I don't know if you know him. You know Mr. Ward, right? Yeah,
yes,
you know
Mr. Teacher James Ward, yeah.
He saw something in me as a cricketer. And he just pushed me to start cricket, and I just took it from there and continue push. And from kiddie cricket to hardball cricket, Giant Mark tournament.
Yeah. Department
of Sports, and he stuck with me, and he had some times where I wanted to quit the sport, but yeah, he was there to keep me motivated, continue pushing. And where I am today, I am grateful for him and God. God first, but I'm grateful for him.
And
So,
the support of your mom as well. Your mom been in your
yes,
corner.
Of course. Always in my corner. Always. Never left, never will. My experience about being selected. It is a good experience. A good thing that I get selected, because it is, yeah. I feel like it's a good opportunity to showcase my talents out there, my skills, everything. And try from there, I would like to try and get to the next level. Try to get into the West Indies squad.
That's the idea.
Yeah. So just want to thank everybody who been there. Coaches, parents, everyone. Even people who have been sponsoring me to go to those places, because it isn't as good as you seem it will be. But yeah.
Well, you are a cricketer. I have played with you. You played for my team. I have played against you in friendly matches. You are very talented spin bowler. What kind of spin do you bowl?
Right arm off spin currently, but not as usual. A part-time bowler. Part-time bowler for sure.
Part-time bowler. You bowled well in that last game we played a couple of weeks ago. I was very impressed with your bowling skills. And your batting, what order you bat?
Top order batter, opening batter.
Opening batter.
Yeah.
You bat left or right?
Right-handed batter.
Well, I have seen you hit the ball seriously over there in the Canary grounds and down there in Newton grounds. So I am happy that you took the time out, and it shows me the seriousness in you in terms of time, because I gave you time to be online, and just as you show up on time for practice in the cricket matches, just as you show up on time for the practice games, you show up on time here this evening, and that's gonna earn you a bonus $100 for being on time. Because I love to see kids do the right thing. There's a few online viewers that have reached out to me and said they want to make a small token on your behalf so that you can have a little spending money when you get across to St. Lucia. So for the folks that are online listening, could you let them know when you will be departing the Federation and how long you'll be gone?
I will be leaving this Saturday coming. Well, we don't know as yet at what time, but yeah, sometime Saturday. And we'll be traveling to Antigua for a 2-week camp. And then we'll be leaving July 1st for the tournament in St. Vincent, correction.
St. Vincent, I thought it was St. Lucia. Okay, so you're going to be leaving on Saturday for Antigua. You'll be in a camp there practicing for 2 weeks before you go for the tournament on July 1st. Well, brother man, I want to thank you for taking the time out to come and speak to the online viewers. And as I said to you, sometime tomorrow, I will link with you and give you an envelope, because I want to ensure that you have some pocket money to travel with, and continue to focus on your game, because you have the potential to reach West Indies cricket. Only you can do it. So continue. And
thanks for the word. Thanks for those who help with the token. As I am immensely proud and excited to be one chosen to represent St. Kitts. Thank you for your I thank God for his continued blessings, and yeah.
Okay, nice. Well, have a good evening, and tell Mr. Ward that we spoke, and thanks for coming out, and I will continue to do my part to keep you going and make sure that you get to higher heights.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for it again.
All right, cool. Well, my good people, that's Brother Xavier Henry there. He is one of the under 19 kids from the St. Paul's area here that has been selected to go across to St. Vincent. to play in the Under-19 Leeward Island tournament. As he just stated, they will be leaving St. Kitts Nevis this Saturday. Him and the other selectees, I must say, going across to Antigua for camp, practice for 2 weeks, and then the tournament will start in St. Vincent. This is a gentleman that I have been sponsoring for years, so I'm very proud of him. He's very dedicated, very respectful, and always on time, very tardy. Bowls well, bat well, very manageable. So for those of you folks online who have promised to make a contribution, I look forward to receiving it, that I can present it to him. And for those of you who have not thought of it, I would appreciate whatever little you guys can contribute that I can give to those kids. Again, my local number here in St. Kitts Nevis is 869-660-0195. That's 869-660-0195. And I want to thank Brother Eustace Hendrickson, who have pledged his contribution. Sister Cora Bennett, who has made his contribution, and also Mr. Morton there, Gawain Morton over there in the Florida area, who has made his contribution. It's funny, I just finished speaking to Xavier. I did not see that there was a message from Teacher Ward. He had messaged me that he would be coming online as well. So, Brother Xavier just jump off, but I guess Teacher Ward will be joining me in a bit, so we'll have a chance to chat with Brother Ward as well. So in the meantime, let me drop this track here by the King Short Shirt, When They Have Power.
Power rules the world today. Power corrupts, they say. And absolute power corrupts you. Absolutely. It can change a man who has a heart of gold, make him cruel, wicked, self-centered and cold. Many men in this land, many organizations fought for freedom and justice throughout the land. When they have power and authority, they don't give a damn about nobody. Prostituting the island to all and sundry, they peddling my people's right, exploiting, oppressing, less freedom, more suffering. I wonder how we survive. Think it over, my friend. Think it over again. Think it over, don't vex with me, shorty. Think it over, I'm singing as I see. Food we can't even buy, murder the price too high. Malnutrition killing the children while we the adults starving. Yet the price is rising without control. Young man begging bread by the side of the road. And the Chamber of Commerce in this land, I tell you, they don't give one damn. The more we try to economize, the more cost of living rise. When they have power and authority, they don't give a damn about nobody. They prostituting the island, milking the land dry. They making my people starve, exploiting, oppressing, less freedom, more suffering. This thing just can't go on. Think it over, my friend. Think it over, carefully again. Think it over, don't vex with me, shorty. Think it over, I'm singing as I see. Work we can't even find. Life seems a waste of time. Nothing to do but sit around the corner line. Though frustrated, some would rather starve than beg. Others turn to crime and steal what they can get. And the judges have no sympathy, they're hammering everyone that they catch. Even little children in a jail without regret. When they have power and authority, they don't give a damn about you or me. I want to do lock me up when they catch me smoking little tampy while the social rich are freed, exploiting, oppressing, less freedom, more suffering. A poor man's life is really hard indeed. Think it over, my friend. Think it over, carefully again. Do it again. Think it over. Don't vex with me, shorty.
Yeah, Churchill couldn't have sung it better. You know, these politicians are candidates. When they're campaigning, they come out and they make you all these promises. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. And when they don't do it and you ask a question, they get upset with you, you know. They get upset with you for asking a question, but you're not supposed to get upset with them for not doing what they promise they're going to do when they get into office. The idea of them getting into office is to make a better life for you, the citizens, to put our beloved Federation in a better standing. And as I said, I don't want to be in Prime Minister Joe's shoes right now, because with everything that he has to do to reinstate the good name of our beloved Federation out there, and it can't be easy. And all he getting is attack, left, right, and center. And the part that really puzzling me right now, right? We all know the saying that behind every successful man is a woman. But some of them out there cussing to the Prime Minister traveling with the wife. Who they want them to travel with? Why they travel with a man? They want him to be like the former Prime Minister. Go, they go look, man. Dr. June and them kind of thing there. He's out there doing our business and he wants the support of his wife to help him in certain areas and whatever. Welcome the lady on board. Lovely lady. She's doing a good job. She's playing a First Lady's role. Just support the union, support the cause, support the first family. That's what we need to do. Well, it appears as though Brother James Ward is trying to join me here. As soon as his picture pop up on screen, I'll have a quick chit chat with Brother Ward. He's about 14 minutes late, but nevertheless, he's here. Humble gentleman. So Brother Ward, when you're ready, bring your picture on screen, tap your screen, open your mic, and let's get going. But while you're getting yourself organized, let me drop another track here by Brother Short Shirt. You know, one short shirt is never enough.
When will we learn to live together? When will we learn to love each other? When will we learn to trust our brother? When will we live one for another? Lord, I'm a search and a search, but I can't find. Need a love, true happiness, a peace divine. Sometimes I feel like I want to scream.
Oh yeah.
And scream, and scream, and scream. Sometimes, Lord, I feel I could scream. When will mankind turn from their evil? When will the children rise and shine? When will crime, violence and corruption? When will they leave the hearts of mankind? scream and scream and scream and scream. Sometimes, Lord, I feel I could scream. When will our dreams become utopia? When will our sorrow cease to be? When will the poor no longer hunger? When will mankind be truly free? Lord, I search and I search, but I can't find the land of milk and honey and rivers full of wine. Sometimes I feel like I want to scream and scream and scream and scream. Sometimes, Lord, I feel I could scream. You got final. Pound them elbow.
Yes, man, that is how some of them is. The heart is dirtier than the solid waste dump over there. When will we live together? When we will love together? But I want to tap your screen, open your mic. They can see you. You need to bring your camera down a bit. I'm seeing your chest and not your face. So, yes, not much better there. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm fine.
Okay, I guess you're rushing as usual. You went someplace and came back late.
Well, you know, normally at afternoons I'll be at the playground working along with the youngsters. So I've been on my face, but I could not miss this opportunity to have this dialogue with you.
Okay, bring the camera down a bit here. But Xavier just actually signed off. He came in on time at 7 and we had a good quick conversation there. So he was able to give some update to the online viewers and he thanked you as I did as well. And what I really want you to do this evening is very simple. People seeing cricket happening in our federation, these young youths getting their opportunity to travel to St. Vincent to play in this tournament. I know the years of struggle that you have been going through. I have been a sponsor of the youths and working with you over the years. So if you can just give the folks your name, a quick background, and you're a teacher, let the folks know what you have done, how many years you have been teaching, and the struggles you have been having with these kids. I'm pretty sure that you might be even prouder than me, even though you cannot be prouder than me for these selections of the under 15, under 17, and under 19 players that is going to be getting an opportunity to go and represent our beloved federation. So go ahead.
Yeah, so my name is James Ward, Wardy, affectionately known as. I'm in teaching. I've been in teaching as my profession for over 30 years, taking great pride in molding the lives of our boys and girls.
Yeah, bring up your camera. I'm seeing your chest, not your face properly. Bring up your camera a bit. Yeah, that's better. Go ahead.
I've taken up the coaching of cricket as a result of my engagement in teaching. You know, there has been primary school tournament, a cricket tournament for quite a while. And it was while there that having assigned the duties to be responsible for the school team, I've decided to advance myself. So I've taken up a number of coaching workshops and sessions. The latest being Cricket West Indies level 2. So it has been a very meaningful experience trying to give these youngsters, not only from my community, but across the nation, an opportunity to advance themselves, to utilize themselves, engage themselves meaningfully, trying to avert quite a bit of the social ills which they have been bombarded day and night.
Okay, that's good. I know there are some other selectors that made it to the under 15, under 17, and the under 19. Like I said, I just spoke to Xavier. Who are the other folks that made it?
Yeah, so Xavier under one of two local selectees for Leeward Islands under 19 team for this year. That comes on the heel of his selection to Leeward Islands under 17 last year. Unfortunately, he did not really get many opportunities to shine for reasons I am not fully privy to, but I still don't want to delve into. Hopefully this year he will get that opportunity to shine and he would take full advantage of it. Then we have the under 17. At the under 17 level, there are 5 Kittitians who have been selected to represent the Leeward Islands under 17 team. 3 of those are from the St. Paul's Cricket Club / St. Paul's Cricket Academy. I'll mention those 3. Jaime Clark, Ivet Richards, and LaShawn Bergan.
That's good. So we have under 19 selectees from our region here. Under 17. How about the under 15?
Well, under 15, I think we had 3 or 4 under 15 players representing the Leeward Islands in April. LaShawn Bergan being the most outstanding one player at that tournament. He was second in the total number of runs scored, and I think he was in the top 5, top 6 in bowling, even though he did not get many bowling opportunities. Let me put it that way.
But Award, I've been to the cricket facility there in St. Paul's, and I can see the struggle that you guys going through there, not getting the necessary support needed, in my view, from government and the sports department in keeping the grounds prepared and having the players have an advantage of staying in shape. I don't know if you're privy to have a conversation, but the only way people can help is by knowing the facts. And I know the nets where you showed me a couple of weeks back there, the mat in there was destroyed and need to be replaced. And how are things coming along with the ground?
Well, things are progressing somewhat smoothly. Of course, we have our challenges. If you were to do your research, you will realize that it's somewhat costly to construct a decent net. So therein lies our struggle, but the youngsters are very committed. I must at this point give special commendation to my nephew Terence Ward, who is currently playing in the English, in the cricket in England. So yeah, he has been very, very instrumental in us getting the net up to the standard that it's at right now. We are currently in the refurbishing stage. We have recently purchased some nettings, and we were also able to secure a bowling machine 2023, courtesy of constituency empowerment. There was a program that they were running last year to help to empower and assist local sporting clubs, and we were able to take advantage of that. So I would publicly like to commend constituency empowerment for such assistance, and we're looking forward this year for further assistance. We have already begun the dialogue, so hopefully it would be a fruitful one.
How about the cutting of the field, the preparation of the pitch? the covers for the wicket of the pitch in terms of rain falling and stuff like that. How is that coming?
The cutting of the ground is not really an issue because there has been an arrangement with the Department of Sports to get the ground cut through a program which I coordinate at the facility. So there has not really been any major issue. Of course, in terms of pitch preparation, I guess being a costly venture as it is, continues to be a problem, not only here in our community, but across the nation. That has been one of the number one obstacles towards the development of the sport. And we do understand that it's somewhat costly, but we are pleading with the Department of Sports / government to maybe give a little more attention there so that youngsters can have more access to pitches, proper pitches to practice and develop their skill. We have access to the facility, and for that, I would like to commend the Department of Sports.
That is good. As a matter of fact, several people have been reaching out to me. They are saying to me that they have been involved with cricket at the highest level in North America. Now that I'm spending some time in the Federation, what am I doing and stuff like that? I told them I'm going to work with you, with these youths, to try and advance them as much as possible and get them out to the US where possible, that we can give them that exposure. Last evening, I received a call from Ganesh, and again, a follow-up call today from Gary. The St. Kitts Nevis Masters, they won the championship in Antigua, I guess Anguilla, back-to-back this year. And they want to do more cricket, and they want to come our side to play cricket in St. Paul's area. So I have not had the opportunity to call you, but I know you will welcome that kind of activity down here. So I'm just putting it out there that, folks, cricket will be played in our community. Back in the days when I was growing up in St. Kitts, you know what cricket was in St. Paul's. The most excited ground for cricket was St. Paul's. And we need to get it back to that level.
Yeah, sure. Actually, just this afternoon, this evening, I recognized there was a missed call from Gary Rogers, who is an instrumental member of the St. Kitts Masters Cricket Club. So I kind of figure that is why now hearing you speak, I figure that is what he was calling me in relation to. Unfortunately, we had to pull back a little bit on the weekend matches because I don't know if you're aware that the boys are playing high school tournament, and this is something I want to big up. I really, really want to big up the Department of Sports for, because it has been many, many, many years since we have had the high school cricket tournaments. This year they have revived it, and it looks pretty decent, pretty organized. The youngsters are excited, but it comes in the heart of the examination, so they are able to play back-to-back matches, the Saturday and the Sunday, because they're prioritizing education. And that is front and foremost to me. So yeah, as soon as the examinations are over, then we'll be welcoming teams such as Masters, Young Guns, and others who are interested, because the youngsters need to play a lot more cricket.
I think another reason why Gary was reaching out to you, because I received an official invitation. They're going to be a Father's Day game over at the Canary Field on Sunday, and he's extending invitation to us to come on over there and participate in that game. I explained to him that I would not be available for the game, but I will definitely stop by during the session on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. So
I was hoping that when we go, you might have been able to open the batting for us.
Well, Brother Ward, my approach when it comes to the cricket, I love to see the youngsters performing. So I done been through all of that. So, I love to push the youngsters up front. I'll just take a one over here and there to make sure that I was a part of the game. So I'll pass through eventually, but I know you guys will be capable of handling those guys. There's no team that the St. Paul's Cricket Club cannot beat. I know that, whether it's Police, Masters, or whoever. The guys are have some serious talent, and they hit the ball very hard. So, Brother Ward, while you're online, there's thousands of people online weekly. I'm pretty sure a lot of folks in the New York and England area knows you and of your family. So if there's anybody that you would like to say good evening to or anything you want to promote, feel free to go ahead and have your say.
Well, I don't have anyone in particular, but I would just like at this point to give a shout out to all those supporters of youths, young people, first and foremost. We see the struggles that they're having. So to those persons who have been supporting them in sports, whatever form of sport, whatever discipline, preferably the cricket, I would like to give a shout out to them and express our gratitude for their support. And we just hope that we can continue this partnership as time goes on. I would like to particularly give a shout out to Terence Ward. Like I said before, he's currently playing in the cricket league, and his team has been doing quite well. They're seeing an improvement this year. So I just want to wish him and the guys much success as they continue. I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Michael Louis, a youngster from the federation, who has been very, very serious with this cricket, very, very disciplined. I've known him since he was about 14 years old, and he's always keen to play. I want to commend him for him and his family. His family has been, they could not support him any stronger than this. In particular, his father and his brother, Jeremiah Louis. I want to commend them for their hard work, their commitment, and of course, I want to celebrate with them his achievement and do wish him great success as he continues on in this journey. Well, what has become his new career.
Nice. Brother Ward, we speak about James Ward, the teacher, James Ward, the cricket coach. What about James Ward, the umpire?
Well, from time to time, in an effort to cut costs, when we organize games here or leagues, I have found myself standing in the position of the umpire, and it's never really the best position to stand in, but I've always taken great joy and pride in executing, because it puts me right in the center of the action, and that's where I like to be interacting with the old and the young. So yeah, I'll continue to do that, but nothing at the higher level.
Okay. Well, you got some folks online like Luther Kelly and Julian Pemberton who are umpires as well, Troy Biff Mills and those guys. So if you want to say good evening to them.
Yes, of course. I would like to shout out to these guys, and also commend them for their effort as well, their input in the development of cricket in the locally. We know without the umpires, the game cannot really go on. So kudos to them, and I do hope that they continue to lend their support as we have seen the improvements and the achievements that we are now having as a nation. Selection, the first selection to the cricket senior West Indies senior cricket team, Mr. Michael Louis, as I mentioned before. We have a young lady, Jazara Claxton, I think from Sandy Point, who has been doing quite well on the female scene. She's one of the selectees. Well, in a training developmental squad for the Cricket West Indies under-19 female World Cup coming up early next year. And we also have a young lady from St. Paul's, Miss Alia Weeks, 15 years old, who has been also a part of 2 camps, developmental camps that the Cricket West Indies has already undertaken. And she should be a part of the touring. Both of them should be a part of the touring squad, coming up once they would have performed and continue to impress the selectors. They could be a part of the Cricket West Indies squad touring in preparation for the upcoming for the upcoming World Cup. And then I just mentioned earlier, we have 5 players, 5 under-17 cricketers representing the Leeward Islands this year, and 2 under-19. So these are great achievements, and we can't do these things, we can't accomplish these things without the assistance of the umpires.
We also got to thank the community, notably Brother Austin Williams, the dancing commissioner. From the time he met these young boys in St. Paul's, he told me he will undertake the sponsorship of one of the players. And I know he have donated some gears to one of the players in my absence. What's the name of that player?
Yes, Mr. Jaime Clark, multi-talented youngster. He has represented his school, I think also his nation at the recently completed Carifta Games, throwing mainly javelin. And he's also a part of the under-17, Leeward Islands under-17 team, squad. So yeah, I am aware of that. And as a club, we are grateful to Mr. Austin for his commitment towards the youngster, which I know he definitely appreciates and would make him very, very proud.
Yeah. Well, Brother Ward, I know that it's been a rush for you to come here this evening. So following the return of Brother Xavier and the team coming back from their respective tournament, I would like us to follow up with a conversation and let the general public know what their performance were and how they're getting along, because we can't just come to the public and say we're doing this and don't give them an update. We can't be like the politician then. We're going to keep updating the public, all right?
Sure, I look forward to that. But before I go, I would like to make mention of Mr. Ingrid Francis Pence.
Yeah.
From St. Paul's. I mean, he has been very, 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 very supportive to the development of cricket, committing his resources and his services where possible. So shout out to him tonight. And Mr. Digger, I can't remember.
Carlos Bell, aka,
right,
aka Digger in the Florida area. He's my neighbor here in St. Paul, but he lives in Florida.
Right. So out of nowhere, he saw the success of the youngsters, and he came forward and made a commitment through which we were able to secure a number of gear. Because cricket is an expensive sport, a number of these coming from real economically struggling families, and therefore, gestures like these are well appreciated and welcome. I also want to make mention of our cricket league, community cricket league, which comes off, our balls off in August of this year. Last year we had a very exciting tournament in which the same youngster was being selected, participated, making, I think, was back-to-back century. And it was there I began to really look at him and saw him really coming to full maturity as a cricketer. So we're hoping that other youngsters would use this as a platform along with the local tournaments and try and advance themselves as much as possible, so that as a nation we can continue to be very proud of them.
Yeah, but there's so many people to mention really who have participated in getting the cricket going and these youths, because right here in St. Paul's, we have Theo Clark, my cousin there, who has been involved in the sports for years and have continued. We have Gapi, Brother Leighton Williams in Newton Ground, who are always there preparing the pitches and everything. Money is not an issue. We can't afford to pay them, but they have always been there contributing.
Of course, I want to give a shout out to them and also express our gratitude, because like I said before, I mean, without the assistance, we would not have been able to achieve what we would have achieved as a community and as a nation. So yeah, our gratitude is well in order at this point.
Yeah. In addition to that, I remember when I first started dealing with Xavier, I realized that Curtis Cook has a son there, Cordell, who is a friend of Xavier. They both made the under-19, so he's also one of the players that will be traveling to Antigua and across to St. Vincent. So I want to say big up to Curtis Cook and his son there, Cordell, for their selection on the under-19 as well. But as we get things going, like I said, I see you're rushing this evening, and I would not keep you. We will have an opportunity to give the general public an update. But I am saying to you online viewers, we have a great deal of young, talented kids, male and female, in our beloved federation. We need to get them involved in the sports, whether it's netball, cricket, or whatever. Let's try and get a hold of them that they don't get into the crime and violence. It's up to us to do that for them because somebody did it for us while we are here today. Both Mr. Ward and I came from humble beginnings, poor family, but we have made our contribution and continue to do so. So I'm asking you, the online viewers, to continue doing the same. So, Brother Ward, without any further ado, have a good evening. Say hi to the wife and kids for me. And I look forward to speaking to you again.
Yeah, sure, man. Take care. Thanks for accommodating me tonight.
All right, sir. So let me say good night, good evening to some online viewers here before we get into the closing of this program. Brother Hilla Brown Day in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. How are you doing? Good evening. Roland Archibald, Margaret Skeet, Cecil Watson, good evening. Welcome to the ride. Sister Cora Bennett, good evening. Thanks as usual for your continued support and contribution to this program and to the youths. Beverly Marisha, good evening. Welcome to the ride. Adessa Door. Veronica Roberts, Ermin Eveling, Myrna Davis, Suzette James, Sandy Daniel, the man Thaddeus Deposor, good evening, welcome to the ride. Dawit Yal in there, my mascot. You can go ahead and close your mic, Brother Ward. Janet Guell, Theodosia Williams, Claudette Thompson, welcome to the ride. How are you doing? Jessica Lewis, Larry Noella Buchanan, Diana Lawrence, Brother Elvis William, aka the King Freddy, how are you doing? Welcome to the ride. Lavingston Brown, Cecil Brown, how are you doing, sis? Pastor Brown, how is your husband? Hope all is well. Jennifer Butcher, good evening, how are you doing? No, I got your message. No, I have not arrived into the UK as yet. The funeral is on the 3rd of July, so I'll be there for the funeral, but I'm still in the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis. Jermaine Henderson, welcome to the ride. Bertram Farrell, Tassilda Francis, Elvis Marisha, Carmel Henry, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Welcome to the ride. Linda Clark, Joan Jacquet, welcome to the ride. Arlene Jeffers, Pamela Garvey, Janet, Niana Bagnall, welcome to the ride. Luton Hill, Shaquin, welcome to the ride. Tony Slater, welcome to the ride. Albert Hazel, welcome to the ride. Swenda Skelton, Smelter Jeffers, Tahim Warner, Leslie Shiverton, I want to big up my boy there. The man, Eustace Hendrickson, one more time. Hope you're doing better, my brother. Chris Martin, welcome to the ride. I was the really master. I also have to big up a good friend of mine there, my vice president for the DJ Marisha Sports Club in the New York area, Melvin Herbert from Nevis. Melvin as well has contributed a great deal to cricket from his personal funds. We carry the weight of the team, and sometimes it's like, you never thank you. But Melvin, we have done it. We have some folks here in our beloved federation that has made it to the Leeward Islands under 19, under 17, under 15, and we definitely has officially launched a West Indies test player. So our hard work have not gone in vain. We'll continue to support our citizens in our beloved federation. Sandra Merritt, Pauline Swanston, Evan Jeffers, good evening. Rosita Pontine, Amorel Finch, Mark Doe, Jason Hazel, Visha Stapleton, how are you doing? Welcome to the ride. I haven't seen you in a bit. Debbie Basu, welcome to the ride. Dali Hanley. Anelta Robinson, welcome to the ride. Larry Lescott. Joseph Brooks. Billy Herbert. Joseph Brooks. I did not say Billy Herbert was a minister of government, you know. I said Billy Herbert was foreign affairs. He was out there representing PAM. I remember he was at the mission. I remember he was at the UN. So check your information. Mansfield Walters. By the Hope, Kasim Challenger. It's good to know that you guys are paying attention to the live. Good to know you all are listening. Olivia David, good evening. Vicky Hazel. Valerie Hamilton, Brother Ike and Innes, good evening, welcome. Marlene King. Garfield Alexander, good evening, sir. Welcome to the ride. I haven't seen you in a bit. Michael Woods, Kevin Carty, Jamel Joel, Lioness Charles, good evening. How are you doing, my movement team there? Everything good? Larrett Wharton, welcome to the ride. Sebastian Williams, Clayton Davis, Damian Jeffrey, welcome. Tasha Prentice. Well, you guys know I can't call all these names that's popping up on the screen this evening. Otherwise, I'll be here until tomorrow morning. Jeff Pemberton, Casilda Francis. Hope I don't miss my girl, Hazel Claxton, Naomi Ward, Ivy Carty, Sheila Barrett, Joseph Buchanan. Can't call out his name, folks. Sorry about that. But as we continue, there's a lot of progress here, Brother George Nisbet, someplace in the world. Brother Luther Kelly, Ivor Henry, you're still around. I ain't giving you no overtime tonight, Ivor. I'm gonna drop a track and get out of here right now as soon as I see you. As soon as I see you. Eustace Adams, Yasmin France. SKM Platform, welcome to the ride. The man there. Elvan Ellie. Shavan Huggins, the man Django. We're going to drop this track here. This one is coming from the King Austin. This one is called Progress. And we're going to soon get out of here as I say a few more hellos when I get back.
Today, when I look around in the world, what do I see? I see footprints that man have left on the sand while walking through times. I see fruits of our ambitions, figments of our imaginations, and I ask myself, when will it end? When will it end? It is plain to see, universally this land is not bountiful as it was, simply because in his quest for success, nothing stands in man's way. All rivers run dry, soon the birds will fly, the mountains will be no longer high. And when I really think of it, I just wonder why, oh why. I see charity deplored, equal rights totally ignored, wisdom and ingenuity working in accord, simply to afford such inventions as thermonuclear warfare and environmental warfare. And I wonder now, where do we go from here? Prophets everywhere gaze upon the horizon and declare that judgment will come as the savage hands of unscrupulous men defile everything passed by. Time is running out as we eat and drink, species at the brink of being extinct. And I think no one can deny that the price of progress is high, real high. I see consciousness as bait, as today we live recklessly. Money make egos inflate and thereby create a turbulent state. I see a struggle between the sexes, new hang-ups and old complexes. Now the question is, right in context, what shall be next? I've already seen this world have come divided between race, color, creed, and class. And some of the things the scripture predict truthfully come to pass. Soil that wouldn't bear children, making children to be a part of this growing mass. And I ask, if this is progress, how long will it last?
Yeah, sound of the man, King Austin there. This one is called Progress. I want to big up the folks there at Island Purified Water, Main Street, Newton Ground, St. Kitts. Thanks to them for the usual hydration, keeping the DJ hydrated when he's in the Federation. I want to big up Brother Powell there and his family. The man Scatter. Keep up the good work. Keep the water system coming, you know. I also want to big up my boy there, the man DJ Rabuka. The man Lincoln Bass. Good night, how you doing? The man Curtis Crook. Annette Morton, good evening. Noel Thomas, Kate in the choir, how you doing? How is things there in the Toronto area? Gemini Nisbet called Joseph, Petrina Ballot. Welcome to the ride. Diane Williams, Centric Daniel. Now, Esther Tyson. I saw it, Tracy Libert, how you doing? Want to big up Sister Gwyneth Marisha, how you doing? Hope all is well. Beverly Marisha there, the Sister Ann Farrell Smith, my sister there, Esther in the Tortola area. The man Muckish and kids, hope all is well. I understand there was a lot of rain there in the Tortola area last week. Take out the front, my sister front yard there. A lot of work to be done to put in the retaining wall and all of that good stuff. So sis, God will help you to get through all of that, and your brother will be there to help you out at some point. So don't stress, you'll be okay. Also want to big up my brother there, Brother Carl Morris and St. Thomas. Now, this coming Saturday, I do not know if you guys remembered, but Carl's brother, the man Desmond Morris, aka Bambi or Shorty. For those of you who are from St. Paul's, you all should know. He used to be right here by Tinny Morris, doing his body works and stuff with Flash and Scatter and them, a group of folks. Well, Bambi passed away about a week, 2 weeks ago, and the funeral will be taking place this coming Saturday on St. Thomas. It will be at Hurley's Funeral Home. Viewing will be from 10 to 11, service at 11, and the repast will be at Victor's Hideout. Now, Hurley's Funeral Home is located there. The building number is 3192 Altona and Wells Gun Street, right there as you pass the entrance to Frenchtown. You can't miss it, right there in the main highway. So, my good people, when you see Carl, give my love. You see Valencia Morris, that is his wife, Sister Patricia Brown, the man Avon Brown, Ma Ralph and crew. Let them know DJ Marisha cannot make it because of the flight situation here, but my heart is with them, and I want everything to go nice for Bambi's funeral. Now, Jerry's funeral, Brother Alman Hutchinson, aka Jerry Carty, his funeral will be on Wednesday, 3rd July at the Aston Parish Church in Witten Lane, Birmingham. Zip code is B6 6QA at 11:30 a.m. Please come out and support my family, my adopted dad, my friend, my brother, whatever you want to call. Charlene always tell us we join by the hip, because whenever she see one, she see the next. So I do not know how I'll be able to deal with the situation, but I'll be heading across to Birmingham in a few weeks to support my sisters there, Jennifer, Sylvia, Clive, and the crew there during this sad moment. Look forward to see my girl there, Sister Millie. Sandra and Yvonne. The Angels, whenever I'm in the UK, they always make sure they take care of the DJ, Sister Charlene, and crew over there, Brother Asbot, Jerry Blois, Asbot, Trimon and all of those folks. Look forward to seeing you guys upon my arrival. So as I said, you know, I'm not going to be running too late tonight, brother Ivor. So I'm going to just drop these clips and get out of here. So let's hear from my boy Tabo there at Nevis.
Cabos, located at Fountain Village in Nevis, is the go-to spot for your Saturday treats. Tantalize your taste buds with his delectable Cabos Delicacy Goat Water. Or, if you prefer some soul food, then Cabos Fungi and Fish is definitely the way to go. Call ahead and reserve at 869-663-9694. Then make your way over to Cabos and enjoy the vibrant atmosphere while you savor your delicacy. Cabos, we are not changing, we are only improving.
Food all over, food all over. You got the food all over.
Yes, and remember Cabo also does delivery right there on Nevis and also on St. Kitts. So this weekend, Father's Day weekend, should be the anniversary of when we went to Nevis last year. We had a very good time at Cabo's last Father's Day. We was hosted by the NRP team, and Cabo had a very good time last Father's Day. So I'll be heading back to Nevis this weekend to ensure that I get my goat water and my fish from Cabo and visit my family on that end of the woods. So let's take a quick listen to Sister Carmen of Carmen Caterers.
Girl Sandra, you know where you can find nice fresh local food 7 days a week, one provision and all kind of thing. Girl, where? Right down there by Shellings, by Carmen Catering Services. Girl, she opposite the bus stop. Girl, and she also cater for weddings, parties, anything you want to cater for, funeral and all. Girl, and trust me, you're gonna enjoy the food. And she also selling bites and Sundays. Opposite the car shop, right down the main road. Girl, you could call 665-1494 or 663-6005 to order your food or go and pick up your food. Girl, the food that is finger licking and you get your money worth. You ain't want nothing better than that.
For sure.
Hey, this is Malvern from Spectrum Band, and you're listening to DJ Marisha, playing you the best in Caribbean music.
You got that right.
Hey, this is Malvern from Spectrum Band, and you're locked into DJ Marisha. Keep it locked.
Right there.
Wednesday evenings are heating up. Log on to DJ Marishall's Facebook Live broadcast every Wednesday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a frank and candid exploration into the social, cultural, political, and economic issues affecting our federation. And just in case you missed it, you can also catch the broadcast on his YouTube channel, DJ Marishaw. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube and smash that bell. You will be notified whenever he goes live. DJ Marishaw, every Wednesday evening, Facebook 6 to 8 p.m. or thereafter on his YouTube channel, DJ Marishaw. Log on.
Yes, man, and it's 8 o'clock on the dot. So Lynn, take that one as the program finish at 8. The overtime is for my boy Ivor. Now we're gonna just drop the unofficial anthem of the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis, as we call it, at night. Don't forget to check my cousin, dear sister Gloria Hutchinson over there at Smart Fit. She's located there in the old Simaco building there next to Skeleton Central Street. Check out a little DJ Marisha sent you. Also, she has a store there and the corner of right and Caron Street, just off 4th Street, across from the gas station. Check her out and get your goodies. Also want to big up my girl, sister Laura Williams there. She too has a store there in the TDC Mall, right on 4th Street. Check her out and tell her DJ Marisha sent you. You know, there's a lovely restaurant there in the Newtown area. Elfrido's. Check them out. Let them know DJ Marisha sent you. They have a lovely menu there daily. So whenever you feel like having something special, just check them out and let them know. DJ Marisha sent you there to check them out. I have to get some information on them in terms of their opening hours and days, because sometimes you go there and the place is closed, but they have some lovely local drinks. Food are very good. The chef take the time out to really do what they need to do. I also want to big up my boy there at Jamrock, the man Michael Clark. Don't forget when you're in the Frigate Bay area to check out Michael, let him know DJ Marisha sent you. Very great chef over on that end. And my brother there, the man, Brother Marshall up the hill. I haven't seen Marshall in a bit. I have to go and check my boy Marshall and see how things going with him there. Well, we're going to drop the unofficial anthem of the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis right about now. And for those of you folks who I didn't get a chance to hail you up this evening, I definitely will make an effort to do so next week. Not before I say good night to my uncle there, the man Joseph Emmanuel down there at Garvey's Estate, the Mill House Guest House. Just check out Uncle and let him know DJ Marisha sent you. Lovely place to have your weddings or parties, whatever, pictures. If you want to spend a night at the guest house, check him out. Tell him DJ Marisha sent you. Until such time, I want to touch my son there, Brother Jeffroy Marisha Jr. over there in the LA area. How you doing? How is Sister Jazz? Hope all is well. My daughter Rochelle there in the Ohio area. How are you doing? How is the grandkids? I also want to touch my father there, Brother Alfonso there in St. Thomas. Hope all is well with you. My godmother there, Sister Joyce Bedford. How is Brother Bedford? I hope all is well with you guys. That'll give you a call, make sure everything is good. I want to touch my brother, the man Jerome Vanterpool there in the UK, the man Ranger. Hope all is well with you. My cousin there, Brother Kent and St. Thomas, Kent Bania, Pam, and the team. Also, Brother Benter, my uncle Eustace Hutchinson. Hope all is well with you. So until such time, we're going to drop this one. This one is called Arise by the late great King Arrow. I know this music is sweet, but my people listen to the lyrics. Brother Depaso, listen to the lyrics. Sister Lynn.
unification, building a brand new nation. We move on together hand in hand. Rise, citizens, arise. The country is yours, all yours, still yours.
Oh yeah.
Can your conscience be clear? Indulging corruption or misusing public office, being accused of unemployment and crimes, or disrupting a citizen's peace. Oh, my country in disharmony, separated politically. Hatred for a brother, cannot love each other. No, I say no, not at all. Citizens, let's unite and stand up for rights, all our lives and our lives. Let us reintegrate and correct our mistakes. Reunification, building a brand new nation. We'll move on together hand in hand. So arise, citizens, arise. The country is yours, all yours, still yours.
Oh yeah. Yes, that's the sound of the late great the King Arrow. This country is yours, my people, all yours. Let's take it back and do our best to defend it to the fullest. Until such time as we meet next week here, 6 to 8 p.m. Have a blessed night. If you can't be good, be careful and try and respect. No matter what, always show respect to folks.